we will give a couple minutes and then get started. Sorry, I'm a little bit late starting tonight, guys. But it's been a few weeks, let me tell you. And I'm gonna share a little bit with you guys tonight too, as far as this particular topic, because this is something that I have been experiencing a lot the past few weeks. I want to be completely open and honest and transparent with you guys that just because I'm a coach doesn't mean I don't struggle. I do. And I've been really struggling the last few weeks, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So, hello to everybody. I don't know if comments are going to work on here tonight. We'll find out. But in the meantime, I have got my phone open and we're going to go ahead and get started since we're a minute 38 in. So, welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Monday Night Live Training with Coach Michelle Hall. I am Coach Michelle. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight for this particular training, which is about the what I call the bounce back blueprint. That is a tongue twister right there. That's a lot of B's. So, how do we recover after a bad day or even a bad week or a bad month? Hopefully, we're not going beyond a bad month, but how do we bounce back when we fall into this pattern that a lot of us get stuck into, and unfortunately cyclically we end up dealing with it? I mean, I'd love to know in the comments, for those of you who are on right now and who are live, have you ever had one of those days where, I mean, like the off track day, or it's an off track week, like I said, or an entire off track season where it just seems like you spiral into a month of self sabotage? I am experiencing that right now. And for those who know me personally, my husband has been gone for 3 weeks for training in Philadelphia. And it has been a very challenging time for me because I'm here. I work full time. I have my amazing coaching business. I would never complain about that. I'll never, ever complain about that. I have all of the animals to deal with here in the house, the dogs and the chickens. It's been really, really hot here in Arizona, which means I struggle to keep chickens alive at this point in time during the summer. I have the home things I have to deal with. I have outside I have to deal with. We have a pool that has to be cleaned and maintained. Like, it's been a lot for me the past 3 weeks. Plus, I miss my husband. I actually like having him around. Go figure. So, I've been going through this, and I had a conversation with him this weekend about I'm spiraling right now with you being gone because I am completely displaced from my routine at this point, and it's causing me to really struggle. So, yeah, I'm not perfect, guys. Can you believe it? And none of us are. So that's okay. Let's embrace our imperfection, but then also carry on and learn from it. You know, I actually told myself last night, and I told my husband, tomorrow morning I am waking up and I am going to the gym at 5:30 when it opens. I did it. I'll start on Monday myself. I did that yesterday. And I woke up at 5:20 this morning and I said, that's not happening because I can't get there by 5:30 and then start work by 7 o'clock. So then, it turns into 2 Mondays and then 3 Mondays. And then, 4 Mondays later, you're still stuck in that rut, right? Please tell me I'm not alone in this. You guys had better be as honest as I have just right now. I just made myself very vulnerable for my audience. Kay says, yes, definitely. Mary Jo says, absolutely. Yeah. So here's the big truth, okay? It's not the fall that we experience, it's the delay in us getting back up. Everybody is going to fall off at some point during this journey because it is a lifestyle that we are doing. It is not a diet that we're living. This is our life. This is forever, right? We are playing the long game. There's no end game in plan there. So we're going to fall off at some point, whether it's on vacation, you have a very stressful period in your life, which women over the age of 40, we tend to get a lot of those, and sometimes they compound on top of each other. It could be emotions. It could just be lifing, because that's what happens. Success isn't about you never mess up. It's about not quitting when you do and getting back up and carrying on. It's not staying on the ground, laying flat. Perfection is not sustainable. It's not real life. The resilience that we have to bounce back from our imperfections is. We tend to struggle to bounce back. And why do you think that is? What really keeps us stuck? What keeps us in the ruts or the pits, as some people like to say? The worst one, and probably the most common, is this all or nothing thinking that so many of us get sucked into. I have to do this 100% right. And you don't do it 100% right. You do it 75% right. Well, that's not perfect. Well, I already screwed up for the day. I might as well keep on going. Right? How many of you have ever said that? Oh, screw it. I messed up for today. I might as well just keep on doing what I want to do, eating what I want to eat, behaving how I want to behave. That all or nothing thinking will derail you faster than anything else. The next thing, which is another very common thing, which will also derail us very quickly, are the shame spirals and the guilt loops that we end up in, right? I can't believe I did that. I'm so stupid. Why would I do that to myself? I know better. Oh my God, I feel so bad. And then you're saying that, whether you're saying it out loud or you're saying it to yourself, those words are being produced by you. And that's just going to keep that loop going, because what you put out there inevitably becomes the reality, right? You have to watch your words towards others, but more towards yourself, because those shame spirals and those guilt loops, oh yeah, there they go. Setting unrealistic expectations. We cannot expect, number one, our journey to be identical to somebody else's. The comparison trap, right? It is a horrible, horrible thing to get stuck into. But then we also create unrealistic expectations for ourselves. We set these goals of, and this is the one I think I hear the most, I'm going to lose 50 pounds in 6 months. When you think about 6 months, 50 pounds, okay, that's, 7.5 pounds a month. But that's 7.5 pounds a month. That's quite a bit of weight when the average female loses a half to 1 pound of fat, actual fat, per week. So what do you think you're losing if you're trying to consistently lose 7.5 to 10 pounds every single month? Probably other things. And remember, the scale is not everything. But we set these unrealistic expectations for ourselves, and then we don't meet them, or we're getting close to the deadline and we know we're not going to meet them. So what do? We just lay down and die, right? I'm not going to make it. I'm just going to quit now. I'm just going to stop. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to live life, because I have been torturing myself for the past 4 months and I'm not going to hit my goal. That's bad. And then finally, a lack of clear, repeatable bounce back plan. We need a clear, repeatable bounce back plan. And I'm actually going to teach you guys a bounce back plan tonight. What if the only real difference between you and the successful version of you is that she knew how to bounce back faster. She didn't just lay in the ditch. Pretty cool, right? All right, I'm going to see if I can actually get my screen share to work. We'll see. We'll see if I can figure this out because I want you guys to see a picture. Maybe not. I wish I was a little bit more technologically like advanced and I could figure out how to do these things because I can share my screen as long as I haven't started the video. So, but oh well. All right. Can't show you that. I'll post it in the group so that you guys have access to it when this is all said and done. So the bounce back blueprint is going to be the 3 R's. We're first going to recognize what happened. What did I just do? But we're going to recognize it without shame, without drama, without shenanigans. So step 1 is to recognize. I'm actually going to type that in here. Aha. I'm going to utilize my comment section. If it will type. 1, recognize. Whoa. Apparently it's trying to tag some group. Recognize. There we go. If you guys hear the puppy in the background, I apologize. Step 2 is going to be that we are going to reset. See, everything's trying to tag groups in my live. So when we reset, we are going to take one small action that is going to put us back in alignment. Just one small action that'll put us back in alignment. So we're going to recognize what happened without giving ourselves any shame. We're going to reset what just happened by using one small thing to put us back on path, right back on track where we were. And then the third thing is going to be, I'm trying to get it to do this without tagging any groups in it. Sorry, guys. The third is going to be repeat. What structure or support will help you stay on track, get you back there, and help you stay there? So some examples are with recognize. This is me right now. I skipped all of my workouts all week. That's what happened last week. I'm not lazy. I am overwhelmed, and I apparently need to set better time boundaries, I guess you can say. With everything that I have to do right now, I need to be more diligent about my time. I'm recognizing what I've done. So, reset. I am going to get my meal prep in so that I'm not having to worry about cooking at lunch. And I'm going to use my lunch break to drive the 5 minutes down to the gym and go work out during my lunch. And then I can come back and I can eat, because my workouts are about 35, 40 minutes. And then repeat. I'm going to check back in with myself. I am going to recommit to my goals that I set for myself every single day. And that's how I continue on with that bounce back blueprint. I was very intentional with my class this week, guys. Can you tell? Because I needed it just as much as other people did. So how do we kind of rewire this mindset of, progress, this image of progress that we have? We all have progress, whether it's going up that we're progressing or it's going down because the scale is going down, right? How do we all visualize that? Like this, right? Nice and smooth and steady and doing exactly what it's supposed to do. But what is reality in those situations? We could start right here We can go up, we can go down, go back flat. We can go up, we can go way down. Oh, we can go back up. Oh, we'll level off for a while. Maybe go down, then a little bit back up, and then level, and then down, down, down. Right? Progress is not linear, no matter what it is that we're trying to do, whether we're trying to build muscle, whether we're trying to lose fat, whether we're trying to get those healthy habits to stick every single day. You know, we need to think about the dips, the detours, the delays, the life that is going to happen that's going to get in the way, right? We need the power of neutral thinking. I'm not behind. I'm just resuming. I may have tripped up a little bit, but here I go. Let's carry back on. So I want you to think about and reflect and really and put into the comments here. What has your pattern been? Because it's real talk time right now. What usually trips you up? What usually causes you to fall down? I'd love to know that. With me, I said at the beginning of this, being out of my routine has really negatively impacted me and is causing me to not so much spiral, but definitely not do the things I need to do to hit the goals I need to hit, right? So please tell me in the comments, what is it that usually trips you up, if you know? And then to follow up with that, what emotion shows up when you do fall off track? What emotion do you feel when this happens? I'm reading, sorry guys. And finally, what is one bounce back ritual that you can commit to this month? It's only the 4th day of the month. We still have lots of days left. So what is a bounce back ritual for what usually trips you up? What emotion shows up when you fall off track? What is one bounce back that you can commit to for the month of August? Kay said she gets depressed. Is it depression that trips you up, or that's the emotion that shows up when you fall off track? Mary Jo says disappointment. So with feeling depressed, with feeling that disappointment, what way can you bounce back from that? How can we make the depression and the disappointment a little bit more neutral? Stress, says Natalie. Yeah, stress will trip you up real quick, right? So what can we do when we're stressed out and we feel disappointed or shame in ourselves? What can we do to bounce back from that feeling? Because we know we're not perfect, right? And if you guys need reminding, we're not perfect. None of us are perfect. And that's okay. No one expects you to ever be perfect. I tell people all the time how messed up I am. Natalie said she can watch a funny movie. That's awesome. That is awesome, Natalie. Watch a funny movie and recognize it. Yes, we need to make sure that we're recognizing it, right? We have to recognize. That is step number 1. We have to reset. And then we have to repeat that action because it's going to happen again. So we know this is what we need to do when we start getting a little bit down on ourselves and we start getting in our feels. Okay, this is what we need to do. Did I end up going to the gym today? Nope. Do I have a plan to do something tomorrow? 100%. Is it going to the gym? I don't know yet. It might be swimming with my grandkids in my backyard, but it'll be some sort of activity that I intentionally do tomorrow. Mary Jo says, no stringing days together. Yes, yes. Break it up. We're done, right? And Natalie says, it's hard to be stressed while you're laughing your head off. 100%. I love the dumbest, funny movies that are out there. My husband kind of thinks I'm ridiculous, but those those belly laughs that I am able to get from the dumb humor, the stupid comedy, right? I still have yet to watch Happy Gilmore 2, FYI. But those types of movies, like just goofy, they make me laugh. They make me not worry about anything. And yeah, you can't be stressed out when you're laughing. You're laughing that hard. So what I want everybody to understand, and why I want people to participate in the comments, is because you all need to know that you're not by yourselves in feeling the way you're feeling and in going through the things that you're going to. Most of you know what to do, but so many don't have the structure. You don't have the support, or you don't have somebody to hold you accountable and keep you going when life gets messy. That's exactly why I'm here. That's exactly why this group is here. Those of you who are on here live right now and those who watch the replay, I strongly encourage you to continue to engage in this group. Or if you're not really that active in here, re-engage with the group for those exact things. You get the support in here. You can find structure. And you can definitely get accountability. Look at the 5-6 people who post in here regularly, because they know that they need that to help keep them going. So I really, really want everybody feeling comfortable enough to do the same thing within this group. It's a safe place for all of you. It is private for a reason. Nobody outside of this group is ever going to see the things you share. Nobody inside this group is going to go to work the next day and be like, oh my gosh, this Natalie lady said that, when she gets stressed out, she goes off the rails. No, that's not going to happen. Who am I going to tell? The dogs and the chickens? No. I'm not going to tell my clients. I'm not going to tell my husband. I'm not going to tell anybody, because I'm here for you. I'm not a shrink. I don't have to keep secrets for you all. I'm not clergy or anything like that. But I want you to feel comfortable enough to be able to heal and continue doing the things you need to do to be successful in your journey. It can already be difficult enough without having that on top of it. So I want everyone to know how truly safe it is within this group. And if you know other people who would benefit from them, invite them in. It's not scary. Karen with the hearts. Karen's going to love everyone. Karen's going to show so much freaking love for everybody. It's going to be ridiculous. Nobody's ever going to want to leave. If I could just stay in my group all day and not have to work a real job, I would. Because it makes me happy. It makes me happy to see all of you succeeding in the way that you're succeeding. It makes me so happy to see each of you celebrating each other and uplifting others when it needs to be done. So that's really all I've got for you guys tonight. It was kind of a short one because it's just sweet, simple, and to the point. As far as when we fall down, we're not going to stay there. We're not going to dwell on the mistakes that we made or the life that we lived or the vacation that we went on. We're going to get right back up and carry on. And if we need somebody within the group to say help, say it. I just spilled my guts to you guys for the first 5 minutes of this video. So there you go. I'm being vulnerable. Everybody else can as well. So does anybody have any questions, any follow-ups, any little tidbits that they would like to add themselves? Natalie with all the hearts. I think we really do have a great group And we have such supportive individuals in here. I love it. It's a wonderful place. Natalie says she's going to recognize, reset, and repeat. Absolutely. And like I said, I'll put the graphics in the group so that you guys have access to them with the replay, and then you can see those as well. Okay, so that's it, guys. You're getting off early before 5 p.m. Now you can go do some other things. Watch the news if you want to be depressed, or make your dinner, or eat your dinner, or go for that walk tonight, right? Yes. Okay, you're very welcome. This is my pleasure. This makes me so happy. It really warms my heart to be able to help people in the way that I've been able to help them. So, Karen, thank you so much. Keep it up. So, everybody have a wonderful rest of your Monday night. Have a fantastic week. And I will be checking in with everybody when I go and do my intentional workouts. Okay? I'll see you guys later. Bye.